Okay, finally.
Joining me now from Moncton is the Minister of Intergovernmental Affairs, which obviously with regulations and certification becomes difficult. Is that something that you have heard that you would look at? Because they are, even if they have field hospitals ready to go, which is a reality right now in this province, they may not have the staff for them.
And that's, Rosemary, been one of the very difficult challenges. I had seen the doctor's comments in the media as well. And obviously, like all Canadians, we worry about rapid and alarming increases in patients in intensive care. Ontario is a difficult example right now. I spoke to Premier Ford late last week, again, as the Prime Minister has, offering to do what we can. I know other premiers, they talk to each other, obviously, and certainly I spoke to Dr. Furey, the Premier of Newfoundland and Labrador, precisely about how we can, in fact, increase the availability of healthcare professionals across the country, because that's the challenge. It's not necessarily a piece of equipment in the ICU, it's to have the trained person to operate that equipment and look after the particular patient. So I would think the provinces will want to work with one another to find these solutions. The Government of Canada can help, obviously we're there to do so. Many of these regulations around certification of competencies and so on are provincial. But again, the Government of Canada is more than happy to be a constructive partner if there's something we can do.
Okay, Minister, we'll leave it there. Thank you so much for the time on Sunday. Appreciate it.
Okay. All right. It's all like being a right winger. It's like religion, right? It's just a collective hysteria. People making each other crazy about stuff. Like, literally. Just so fucking crazy. So fucking stupid. Being a right winger, yeah, it really is just sort of collective hysteria. It's people sort of feeding off of each other, people, and also making each other crazy. Just like religion.
This episode is brought to you by CuriosityStream. Get free access to Nebula, the streaming platform built by all your favorite YouTubers, when you sign up for CuriosityStream at the link below. Imagine for a moment a society in which every human is afforded the basics of life. A reasonable income, a place to live, there's plenty of food and other necessities for everyone. Competition over scarce materials is no longer necessary. This stage of progress is called post-scarcity. If you've ever seen Star Trek, you're already familiar with the concept of a highly advanced post-scarcity society. Jobs are optional and based on personal preference and inclination, yielding many more people working in creative fields and the arts than we see in our modern reality. The Federation doesn't use money, despite the existence of banks and credits, which is a little confusing, but maybe a Trekkie can explain it in the comments. Every once in a while there's a shortage, but as a general rule, there's enough of everything to go around. The actual economic structure of the Federation is unclear. There have been suggestions that it's a form of techno-communist or highly advanced socialist system, but it's never explicitly spelled out. What we do know is that the Star Trek Society has found a way to decouple human value from work, and provide all their citizens the necessities of life. This is an advanced form of what's called universal basic income. It's a fascinating idea, and with more and more jobs being performed more quickly and cheaply by machines, it just might become a necessity in the coming decades. In this episode, we're going to look at some examples of UBI trials in the real world and discuss whether universal basic income might be the future. When talking about seemingly crazy economic plans like UBI, a lot of people's first reaction is one of disbelief. Wait, just give everyone money? That's crazy. Or, but humans need to work, what else will we do? These are both very understandable objections at face value, but let's explore a bit further.
Sorry.
Why do we think giving people enough money to survive is crazy? If we as a society have the resources to provide a secure financial floor, essentially eliminating—
Yeah, a secure financial floor, that's what you need. Yeah, base bastion, yeah, I know. I've already had a whole I had a several hour discussion with Base Bastard before.
XD.
I've already I'm already aware of this individual.
LOL, how did that go?
That was alright. It was actually pretty polite, but ultimately, I mean, he's crazy. He's crazy. He was polite. I said he was reasonable, which is stupid. I don't know. While we were discussing, he himself sounded more reasonable somehow. But when you actually look at him stream and stuff, then it's like it's less. It really, it's more crazy.